Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. I'm Carolina from the BizChicks, and I'm here with my co-host today, Ms. Robin Shimizu, talking about happy, healthy habits. Oh my goodness, it is so good to see you. I love this segment that you do on happy, healthy habits. So, Robin, I'm going to put you in the place of authority. There you go. And what do you have for us today?
Okay. Well, good morning, Terralina. And it's March 27th already. It's like,
Oh my gosh.
we're already getting into spring, and it's actually been beautiful, but it's cloudy here today. I think it's going to rain.
Oh,
Anyway, oh, you're in Sacramento.
I'm in Sacramento.
So Anyway, I've been really focusing on my brain health, this year.
Hmm.
And I saw an episode of a series that I'm taking right now of brain health. And one of the things they talked about yesterday was microplastics, toxins in our environment, and how they're discovering now how microplastics are crossing the blood-brain barrier, and they didn't know that was going to happen before. So I found this little article. It's by the um, medical professionals at the Today Show.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just going to go over quickly some of the microplastic things for people to understand a little bit better what they are, and then how we can
Thank you.
protect ourselves.
That sounds like a winner. The other day I was looking at the news, and they were talking about that microplastics have invaded chewing gum,
Oh my goodness.
and
I don't doubt it.
that you know it's a concern.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Okay, so the article starts out by saying microplastics have been found in numerous organs, systems, and even in the human brain.
Hmm.
And it's impossible to avoid them altogether, but you can cut back and protect yourself.
Okay.
And so they're saying that, and I'm just going to really cherry pick some of the things out of this article. The major reason is because they don't degrade in the environment, and
Mm-hmm.
know that they don't degrade in our bodies either. So our bodies have to flush them out. And
Okay.
so they're saying that they pose an environmental risk, but they also pose a negative health risk, because they're finding microplastics in human blood, reproductive organs, the lung,
Mm.
the heart, liver,
Oh
and the
my God.
placenta, and even in breast milk.
Wow.
And there was a 2025 landmark study, and I think that's one of the reasons why they were covering it in the news. This 2025 landmark study found that there was a spoon's worth of plastic in the brain tissue of 45 to 50-year-olds. A whole spoonful of microplastics in their brain.
Wow.
And they said this results highlights the critical need to better understand the routes of exposure, the uptake, and the clearance pathways, and the consequences, particularly in the brain. So they're saying they have discovered that it does cross the brain blood barrier. And I don't think we knew that before. That
Yes.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't
there's
know that was possible, but go ahead.
Yeah. So microplastics can be as big as a pencil eraser, or as small
Really?
as 1/8 of the width of a strand of a human hair. So, I mean, it could be microscopic too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they say that they're found in plastic packaging, clothing made of synthetic fabrics, cookware, grocery bags, toys, sports equipment, food, beverage containers, cosmetics, and all kinds of personal care products. I mean, they're everywhere, right? So you can't really avoid them.
Correct.
You just have to be aware, and I mean, you can avoid them by doing certain things. So they're going to give us some strategies on how
Thank
to.
you.
And this is all the bad news. And so it can contribute to infertility, breathing issues, increased heart attacks, stroke, and death, and dementia. So they say it's currently unclear how long microplastics stay in our bodies. But we know that they don't degrade easily, and they don't degrade it, in the environment, and so they probably don't degrade in our bodies either. Um, but the majority of them are processed through our digestive system, and so we do eliminate them out of our
Thank you.
bodies through
Oh
our.
my goodness. I was getting really concerned. Okay.
Yeah, right.
I mean, a pencil eraser is pretty big. I'm thinking several of those, and that's a problem.
You're so funny. It also you're making me laugh.
I'm sorry.
Our kidneys and our livers are capable of flushing some of the plastics, but how does our brain flush itself? It doesn't. And so that's
Mhm.
what they're talking about it so much now, is because our bodies are flushing it out, but when it comes to our brain isn't able to flush it out like our kidneys and our livers. And it says also the smaller particles that are less than, they're called nanoplastics, are the ones that are crossing our bloodstream. So there's no scientific way to detox our bodies of
Really?
plastics. There's no way to flush them out either, other than what our body is naturally already doing through our liver, our digestive system, our kidneys, and all of that. And they say the trick is to minimize ingesting them in the first place.
Well, that
So
makes sense, but
cleaning up our environment. And there's no way to really avoid them.
correct.
So it's impossible to avoid microplastic completely, but we can reduce our exposure. So this is how we reduce our exposure.
Well, our guest is in the green room.
Oh, yay.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm almost done. I only have
Uh-huh.
7. These are the 7 things that we can do.
Thank
We
you.
can limit single-use plastics. So I think that's like baggies and plastic bottles and things like that we use in our everyday life. So limit the use of those. We drink from metal or cardboard straws or glass straws. I actually use a glass straw.
Mm-hmm.
So don't drink from plastic straws. Wear clothing based on natural fibers like cotton or wool. Wash your clothes in cold water and don't use dryer sheets.
Ah, okay.
Avoid beverages in bottles, plastic bottles.
Oh, okay.
Don't heat any food in plastic containers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and and that's another thing that I've done recently is I went to Costco and I bought the glass containers that are
Ah,
glass. They're kind of like Tupperware stuff, but they're made out of glass because you
yes.
can heat them in that glass container. So kind of to me it was more efficient, but I also am glad I got them because of this, because I didn't really realize.
Yes.
Um, so it says stay clear of plastic wrapped foods in supermarkets. Buy in bulk. Store the glass and hard store in glass. So mason jars is another way people are using glass to store their dry goods. You buy a mason jar at the grocery store for a couple of bucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's glass and and it's not plastic. And so people are really using mason jars a lot.
Uh-huh.
And so that's about it. It's just that's the end of the article. Basically, is how to be more aware and to try to avoid our exposure to microplastics because they are accumulating in our system.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So
Well,
no more plastic, and then it's hard to avoid it completely. But yeah, I still use plastic wrap sometimes,
mm-hmm.
my refrigerator and
I
stuff.
use baggies. I'm gonna have to change my behavior.
Well, and but they're also promoting these disposable, compostable baggies that I think are probably better for what I know are better for our environment. So people can buy compostable baggies now,
Okay.
and
Well, we need to be careful with that because they said that the wipes were disposable, and now they're clogging up our sewer systems.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right. Yep.
Wow. So let's bring our guest up.
Okay. Um, let me introduce her.
Yes.
So our guest today is Linus Woods Mullins. She's a certified holistic living and wellness expert for women over the age of 40. She is the founder of PraiseWorks Health and Wellness, a mind, body, spirit wellness company that specializes in educating women 40 and over on wellness. So over 17 years, Linus has been educating women about their mind, body, spirit wellness through coaching programs, ebooks, webinars, special online events, a digital magazine, a podcast program, webcast series, and wellness retreats. The focus topics educate women about mind, body, and wellness during the holistic practices, fitness, nutrition, spiritual renewal. Linus is a creator of Wellness Women 40 and Beyond, a brand, VIBE, which stands for Vibrant, Intuitive, Beautiful, and Emerged, which offers one-on-one as well as group coaching programs. She has over 50 years of background in dance and certified in nutrition, life coaching, yoga, and Pilates. And over the years, Linus has been recognized internationally and nationally for her contributions to wellness industry for women over the age of 40, and has been seen on TV programs, countless radio shows, podcasts, and international shows. Linus currently serves on several boards, regionally and nationally. She lives in California with her husband, which is a big job in itself, and has 4 grown daughters and 6 grandchildren. And I think she's got another grandchild on the way. She's a busy woman. Anyway, let's bring Linus on. We're always very excited to see her.
Hello. What's going on, everybody? I was sitting on an old link from like March 13th. I don't know. That's what I got in my email last night.
We apologize.
I've been sitting there. I was sitting on it for like 10 minutes, and I said, wait a minute. I looked at my clock because I was working on TikTok, quite frankly. And I said, wait a minute. And I looked and said, oh my God, it's 8:06. So sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have sent you the wrong link.
It happens. I've done that before. I'm not going to lie. I definitely have done that. How's everybody doing?
Oh,
great.
We're well. And you?
Okay. Yes, I am now grandmother of 7.
You are? Okay.
Congratulations.
Another girl.
Wow.
She was 7 pounds, 8 ounces, and she's gorgeous. It's so funny because my daughter has a 17-month-old. So I was talking to her on FaceTime, and she was holding the baby, and I said, oh my God, she's grown so fast. She says, Mom, this is Kristana. I said, oh! I just saw little feet, and I thought, my God, she's getting big so fast. I think she's holding up her head. Says, Mom, oh yeah. So you know,
lose track.
In the last 4 years, there's been 4 babies.
Wow.
Yeah, 3 girls, 2. Let's see, 2? Yeah, 1 boy and 3 girls in the last 4 years. And that's a lot.
That is a lot.
Well, I got a lot of kids. I have 4 daughters, but only 2 daughters are supplying the kids, and 2 other ones are like, I don't think so. I'll just be Auntie Mame and fly in and give gifts and fly out.
You have to turn on your
there you
what
go.
do they call these things?
For the emojis?
Reactions. Yes.
Oh, okay. Is that in settings?
Mm-hmm. And it's on the camera. If you're on your laptop and you see a little camera at the top, if you hit that, there's a drop down. It's the green camera with the white icon. Do you have that?
I don't see that. Mm-mm.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that later.
Okay, yeah, I don't
either.
Because I don't use
I'll just celebrate for y'all, okay?
Okay, good. Okay, yay! Okay, good. Yeah, I don't use StreamYard anymore.
Cool.
So I'm kind of out of the new updates. That's really cool. Mm-hmm. Well, I with all the things that have been going on, I was gone for almost 7 weeks, and I'm getting ready to take off again to help my daughter move into her new home. She just bought a home, the one who just had the baby. And I was thinking, you know what? I'm feeling some kind of way, and I've been feeling this way for about 6 months. And so the other day, I wrote an ebook about it, and it's in my Stan store now. And you can, if I'll put my link here so people can take a look at some of the stuff I have down there, because I wrote about 6 or 7 different guides. They're going to help you during menopause. It's going to help you with weight gain, with gut health, with stress, with prioritizing. Some really quick little guides that are very, very useful. Well, I'm getting ready to write a guide on burnout and how to holistically manage burnout, because I think it's something that we all need to, take a look at and realize that it can be a real thing. Now, people have different definitions of burnout, but here's my definition for burnout for women over 50 in particular. And that's when you're in a chronic physical, emotional, or mental exhaustion that's caused by prolonged stress and many times related to caregiving, work-life balance, transitions, and hormonal changes. And it can manifest in different ways. Sometimes it's fatigue, sometimes it's irritability, sometimes your startle reflex is off. It can be brain fog, sleep disturbances, and feelings of detachment or just plain old overwhelm. Normally, women at this stage of life may also experience some burnout due to a cumulative effect of things. It may not just be one thing. It could be an accumulative effect. And for me, it was or is a cumulative effect. So I decided to put together a self-care plan for my burnout because I know what to do. I just wasn't doing it, physician heal thyself, right?
Right.
So I decided to make sure I prioritize my sleep. I get pretty good sleep, but if I get less than 6 hours, the rest of the day is just a wash. I'm just not at my best self. So prioritizing sleep is something I'm going to definitely do. And that means to help it out, reducing my screen time right before I go to bed. Because when you're watching a lot of stuff with a blue screen, it prevents the production of melatonin. And you have problems going to sleep. So that's one thing I'm going to do. And I'm also going to make sure I'm using my deep breathing exercises. My box breathing is the thing that I do the most of, breathe in 4, hold for 7, breathe out 8. Also, I'm going to make sure that I do my meditation. And for me, that's just taking 5 minutes out a day and just being quiet and doing nothing. I mean, just nothing. And also, I'm going to make sure I'm setting my boundaries and remembering that no is a complete sentence. I don't have to explain why I say no. And for me, sometimes I have to say no, 11 times because there's 7 grandkids. Well, I guess maybe the baby's not asking me anything, but everybody else is. I put my husband in there. So yeah. So I have to master that. And so I'm working on that. And I'm also taking a look at my diet, making sure that I'm hydrated and that I'm drinking plenty of lemon water, maybe some coconut water, herbal teas. I'm going to have to get rid of the caffeine, at least from coffee, because it's dehydrating. And when you're dehydrated, you're not thinking as clearly. And when you're burned out, you're already exhausted. So trying to think clearly is kind of a wash. It's not happening. And I want to make sure, too, that I walk every day, but I'm going to go back to taking a dance class at least once a week. I'm going to squeeze it in there some kind of way because it's something that I enjoy.
Yes.
Something that, my body is craving and I've been missing it. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to practice energy protection. One way to protect your energy is to make sure you're grounding, walking barefoot on the grass or in the sand, taking salt baths with Epsom salt is very good. And also with essential oils because it can cleanse your energy. And maybe having some protective crystals. Here's one of them right here, amethyst. I keep amethyst on my computer all the time to kind of help me with that. And I think incorporating that kind of plan can be very helpful. Now, there's some other things you can do. I mentioned essential oils. Another good one is frankincense and bergamot, maybe diffusing it in the background, or maybe creating a blend of chamomile and sandalwood to kind of keep you emotionally balanced and putting them on your palm, your wrist, or, on the back of your neck, or on your, what is that called? The arch part of your foot. Maybe also ashwagandha and holy basil are really good for the adrenal function, and it's great for stress resilience. Magnesium is really good to help you to relax, and it's also good for the nervous system, because what happens a lot when you are suffering from burnout and fatigue is that your neuroreceptors and neurons are short-circuiting. So making sure you're taking magnesium and B vitamins to support your energy production and helping you with your neuron receptors is real important. Breath work we talked about. But here's another thing that I think people need to do, especially when they're burning out, and that is using your journaling. These are all my journals for all my different stuff. And I've got one for gratitude. This is my gratitude journal. It has prompts in it. So I'm going to start writing more into that, and also start using my personal journal just to data dump and to, cuss people out and all that. So just get it all out. And of course, this is my prayer request and my prayer journal that I use every single morning, 365 days out of the year. I'm on 2 prayer lines, one at 5 and one at 7. That helps a lot. So I'm going to maybe show up and be more present when I'm doing those prayers. And the other thing I'm going to be doing is writing down my ideas, just random stuff that comes in my mind. Start writing stuff down more. And basically trying to clear space for more positive energy, getting rid of the negative energy or other thoughts or ideas or whatever that aren't serving me, getting it out of me and on paper. Also taking a look at detoxing is another thing you might want to do. Drinking some detoxing herbal teas like dandelion, milk thistle, green tea. Those are all really good. And you want to try to reduce the toxins as much as possible. Thankfully, even though I still wear makeup, I have a skincare program that's totally organic. I haven't used soap or any store-bought skincare on my skin probably in 13 years. And I think it has made a difference. Also, one of the things that I don't do, but I'm going to do it today, is making sure you get your body work done. Get a massage. Maybe take a look at reflexology, because reflexology can help to restore your energy flow, or acupuncture is another thing that can help restore energy flow. And of course, massages move the fascia, the toxins, get it out. And also it helps to reduce your tension and your stress. Another thing that's really good in terms of burnout is reconnecting with nature. We've talked about this before. Forest bathing. Huge thing that you could do. Spending more time outdoors to reset your nervous system. And as needed, taking short naps. There's nothing wrong with taking naps. I don't know why some people say, I want to take a nap because, nobody else is taking a nap. Why do you want to take a nap? But I think it's a great idea to take a nap. It doesn't mean that you're old, doesn't mean that you're sick, doesn't mean that you're lazy. It just means you're taking a nap. That's all there is. We have a stigma in this country about rest and relaxation and not going hard all the time. Yeah. And I think it's going hard all the time that has, cost us, and we need to make that change. So those are my, and turning off all notifications. Turn them off.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. I was like getting notified when, Bruno was texting, Amy, and I'm like, what? And, I'm being facetious, but just all these different notifications that it's like, who cares? Why do I care? Why am I doing that? So yeah, turning off notifications, giving yourself grace, putting yourself first. That can help with burnout too, because if you're putting yourself first, all the other things that you're juggling are only going to impact you so much, because you are number one uno. And that's probably the toughest thing for us to do. But once you get into it, it really is super easy to do, because you just stop, you just prioritize. Everything else goes to the back burner and you come first. So,
wow.
Yeah.
That is definitely an ebook, Linus. If you were to write that down, oh my goodness, what a beautiful list. I think I will. I will definitely do that. I'm looking to see. I have on my Stan Store, and here's my Stan Store. You can open this up, but it's also on my Linktree too. There's a lot of good stuff on there. I have 2 workbooks on managing anxiety, and some of the stuff that I mentioned here is covered in my workbooks. I've got one that gives you exercises to reclaim your peace. Another one that is definitely just on anxiety. I also have a guide for perimenopause and menopause, which really spells out what it is, what the symptoms are, and what you can do to begin to manage those things. Because some people
don't really know what perimenopause is versus menopause, what the symptoms are, and what do you do? How do you start to begin to deal with those symptoms? And again, stress and anxiety. I have essential oil book about all the different essential oils, and I mentioned some of them today that you could use. Mindful eating, which is very important when it comes to releasing unwanted pounds and inches. I have a 7-day challenge workbook. I also have another one on balancing your hormones, foods and herbs that you can use. It's really helpful to try to keep your hormones balanced, because whatever we can do to holistically and naturally balance our hormones will save us so much grief later on. Gut health is extremely important, especially when it comes to fatigue and dealing with burnout. So I've covered that. And I also have a workbook for making yourself a high priority, kind of teaching you how to move yourself to the front burner and things you can do in that process. And I also have the natural skincare I mentioned. That talks about my skincare regime and what it is that I do. And also there's some recipes that I have also that are like for mask, for cleansers, for moisturizers, all with things that are in your cabinet. So I've been pretty busy these last few weeks writing all these things down. So I'm going to add burnout, but a lot of what I've talked about are in these particular books. So check them out. Would love for you to purchase the books if you're of interest. And if you belong to the Vibe Wellness Woman program, then you're going to be able to get these at a reduced rate. And I haven't added them to the site yet, but they will be added as of April 1st. So that's what's been going on.
A lot. I'm gonna get the hormone one for my sister.
Yeah.
Because we're all in our she's in her mid-60s, and her skin is starting to break out and things like that, and we're thinking it might be hormonal.
It probably is. Just off the top of my head, it could be a result of having low estrogen. That can definitely do it. Also, it could be that the chemicals that she's using or that she used to use on her face or makeup or whatever, her body chemistry has changed. And that's probably one of the reasons why. Hormonal acne or menopausal acne is a thing. All of a sudden at 60, you've got acne and it's all hormonally driven. And it could very well be that she needs to raise her testosterone. She may have too much cortisol in her system. So that makes sense that she might be going through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Wow. That's all I have to say. That's so much. That is so much stuff.
I know it is so much stuff, and traveling and having babies too. What the heck?
Oh my goodness.
You're just aging younger than this.
I wish. I have to tell you a story. I was talking to someone the other day. My daughter, we were all on FaceTime. One of their friends were on, and their friend was talking about, her mom was, I think her mom was 52 or 53 or something like that. And she says to me, so how old are you? About what, 55? I was like, 55? And my daughters were like, Mom, get over yourself. You're almost 68. That's still 13 years younger than what you were. Come on now. I said, yeah, that's true. I say 40, but those days have come and gone with all this gray, wrinkles, whatever. But regardless of the age, it's really the stage of life and how you're feeling about where you are in the stage of life. If you're feeling bad about where you are in your stage of life, that's what ages you. If you're feeling good about where you are in your stage of life, that's what brings you joy and makes it seem like you're aging backwards. But people really look closely, like that girl did. He said, no, she's not aging backwards. She really is, older than my mom. But the main thing is how you're feeling about you and how you're feeling on the inside. And I think gone are the days where we are putting off those aches and pains and things that we know we need to fix. We got to stop doing that, because that will not just age you, that will make you dead. So therefore, if you want to live a long and healthy life, get the help you need to do that. And I'm hoping that these podcasts that I'm doing, the membership that I'm doing, the books that I'm writing, and I'm going to be doing TikToks. I'm actively on TikTok every day. TikTok lives. I haven't set an actual time yet, but I'm at Vibe Wellness Woman, and I go on for an hour or two. I have a main topic, but I also answer questions as well.
Oh, okay. This is good to know.
Yep. In fact, right after I leave here, I'm going on live. I think I might go outside and run first, then go on live. So
yes, we want people to know that they can find you over on your LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can pull that up.
The link tree or LinkedIn.
Linktree, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if they go to Linktree, if you pull that up, they will find everything that I just got through talking about. They will find my the workshops that I'm currently doing. They will find out about the membership. There are those wellness guides I just got through talking with you about. All of my newsletters are there on, and you can subscribe to the newsletter. So all the newsletters I've done for the last almost 2 years are on the Vibe Weekly Buzz newsletter button there. And my podcast, We Scale Further Down, that's there. And you can also click there and it takes you directly to my TikTok or my Instagram. So
Oh, that's how you get there. Okay, because I
that's
was
one
saying,
way. Yeah.
how do I find you on TikTok? Because I don't
That's,
do TikTok.
that, you know what? That's a great idea. All you have to do is just go to my link tree and there you can find everything. And I
Okay,
think
good.
at this stage of the game, you can just Google my name, Lennis Woods Mullins, and everything pops up too.
Yes, it does,
Yeah,
Yes, it
everything
does.
pops
which
up.
is really a real blessing. So,
Well, it'll be 18 years on April 11th. So
Wow.
I would hope that I pop up somewhere after 18 years.
I
I
will.
was like FBI most wanted or something, something good.
so here we go. I'm putting that in the comments, guys, so that you will not have a problem finding her. And we
Awesome.
just want to thank you, Linus. Every time we call on you, you have just really been a blessing to us.
Mhm.
And we want to make sure that our followers and the people in our community are following you. So we'll be sure to share this out to make sure that they can see it. And we want to thank everyone watching live and on the replay. But also, we want you to know that BizChicks is a community, and we are so grateful that you're a part of it.
Well, thank
So
you. Thank you
thank
so
you for
much.
your time.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
yeah, and we want to remind everybody that if you're looking to become a part of the Biz Chicks community, you can simply text Biz to 33777. We'd love for you to join our community. You can also connect with us on bizchicks.net because we want to share what it is you do and how you serve. So with that, we want to thank you again, and um, we'll see you later, Linus. Bye-bye. So what do you have for us coming up, Robin?
Well, we get to see Linus again on April 10th. And,
Yay!
and next week, we have a special treat. We have Dr. Lawana Parker with us, and we're going to be celebrating her birthday. So,
Really?
yeah, her birthday is on April 4th, and she'll be with us on April 3rd. So it'll be kind of fun to see
Okay.
Lawana. She probably has something special for us.
Okay, you have to remind me, so I'm try to get something together here. Okay, guys, we just love you all, and we'll see you soon. Thank you for tuning in. And again, remember, hey, we're here to help you take the hassle out of your hustle. Have a great day. Bye bye, everyone.